Greetings! This is another World of Warplanes video, and today I'm going to play the Tier 9 Japanese Tech 3 fighter, the Ki 162 one. Now, the thing with this plane is that... Hold on a second. Something isn't quite right here. Ah, much better. Anyway, so as I was saying, there are some things about this plane which I would personally really want to change, and I will talk about them. However, let's first go over some of the equipment I'm using. First and foremost, some accuracy enhancing equipment and some maneuverability enhancing equipment. One is there to address weaknesses, and one is there to make strengths even better. Also two consumable things, and here are the skills I'm using for the pilot. Alright then, let's go. Ah, what a nice map. One of my favorites because of the beautiful scenery. So, the thing with this plane is that there are some good things, some bad things, and some ugly things about it. That's why I titled the video this way. Now, let's start with the good things, and that's speed and maneuverability. So it has one singular engine, and it's not particularly powerful. However, the plane itself is quite small and light, which I mean, you can guess where that goes, and it's quite maneuverable. And that's where the good things end. It's fast and maneuverable. And small, although that doesn't matter as much. Now, on to the bad things. The engine gets knocked out every time an enemy just sneezes in this plane's general direction. And that basically negates all of the advantages the speed gives you, because then you can't accelerate to the maximum speed of 830, I think. But I mean, the base speed even with a broken engine is pretty good, I would say. So you win some, you lose some, I guess. Now, the bad things don't end just there. The guns are also pretty damn shit. The thing with these is that these are 30mm guns. That means they don't fire as often as lower caliber guns, obviously, and they like to miss. Now, that basically gives you a lot less opportunities to hit your targets, and with a turn fighter like this, it might not be as bad of a disadvantage. However, you have to keep in mind that these are low range guns, so you only fire as far as 650 meters, and you basically have to remove 10 meters away from the target, because there's no way you are going to still continue firing at them at such a low distance. Alright, let's make it 150 instead. And you basically end up with pretty damn unusable guns, in all honesty. So you don't fire often, your shells like to miss by default, and on top of that you overheat really quickly, and you get outplayed by tier 10s. Although I am putting up a good fight here, but obviously I can't continue this. Poor dude just gave up. I didn't even have a chance, that's the funny thing. And now a Soviet fighter comes. I think that's a Soviet fighter. No, that's an American one. And I'm going to try to take the JW down. So as I said, the guns overheat quickly, and they don't even have a great rate of fire, so I don't know why they overheat in such a low amount of time. And I'm dead. So basically we come to the ugly truth of this plane just not being able to deal enough damage in a reasonable amount of time to be any effective on the battlefield as a fighter. That's just the ugly truth. This thing just sucks. And the even uglier thing about this is you have to get used to these guns because the tier 10 uses these exact same guns. These guns are just simply plainly worse than the Swift's guns in every single way, and yet that's just how you have to play. The Swift is just a million times better than this, and somehow some people would want to play these planes, and I just can't understand why. I'm playing them because I want to specialize every single plane in this game, and that's going to be hard if every time an enemy looks at me, my pilot or my engines get knocked out. However, with good teammates, most things are possible. And we are winning, which it is pretty damn good of a news, but the fuck was I doing all this time? I was dancing around with that, I don't know what plane it was, I think it was this guy who decided to give up the fight. And as you can see, I'm nearly reaching my top speed. Yes, I did that in a dive, however, I can indeed just use boost on my optimal altitude and just speed up to my top speed. So yes, there's no need for diving to achieve top speed. And we just won. Nice. So yes, this is the Key 162-1. It's shit. 0 out of 10 wouldn't recommend it. Especially because you have to play the Key 162-3 after that. And as I said, it uses the exact same guns. And if you take a look at the Swift, you just have to realize that the Swift's guns are just simply better. There's no redeeming quality about this thing. Alright, at tier 9, it's good enough. However, the tier 10 is literally just this. And this is my problem with this plane, is that even though it has some good things about it, it can only manage to be good enough just because of these silly guns. And the thing about them missing half the time is that, yes, they miss half the time. That means that you will have games where you just struggle to hit your shots, and then some other games where you destroy half of the enemy bots, because there's no way you are going to deal with any of the human players. That's just the part of the ugly truth. You can't really fight humans with this plane. You have to go after bots. And I am a certified I-215 player. I hit a lot of my shots with the I-215 and I just evaporated my enemies with those 257mm guns. With this thing, I don't hit half the time as much as with the I-215, and this has a much higher rate of fire, although the range is less than half of it compared to the I-215s. And there's no more planes to kill here, so I'm going and taking the garrison. Never mind, it's already taken. And the artilleries are just holy shit. I have no words for this. They are just tearing me apart. Alright, which one will be the closest to me? That thing. It's crazy to think that some people would want to go the key route instead of the Shinden route. I mean, I want to specialize every plane, so I have to suffer through these light fighters, but the multi-rolls are just simply better. They have twice the amount of guns, which negates the not wanting to hit problem, and I'm dead. And of course I'm going to play the multi-rolls as well, and I have already specialized the tier 8 Shinden, and after I suffer through the K162s, I'm going to play the other Shindens, the Shinden Kai, the tier 9, and the J7W3 at tier 10, which somehow doesn't have a Shinden nickname. It's optimal to stay away from ground attack planes because they can drop bombs, and at these tiers those bombs have a really large splash radius, and I guess never mind then. At lower tiers there was one time where I flew really close to the ground like this, dropped a bomb, and then 3 human players were killed after that in the splash radius. That was hilarious. Genuinely, that was just funny. Alright, let's kill some bots. Which one is going to be closer? I guess the other one was closer to me at some point. And it's dead. Now let's try to kill this one. See, I struggle to do enough damage quickly enough. That's the whole ugly truth behind this plane and why I hate it. Even though I'm doing acceptably well. Well is a bit of an exaggeration, but I mean, I could be doing worse. I might be burning, but I think I can outmaneuver this thing, especially when it decides to change directions. He's too far away from me. And he decided to hit the rock instead. I think that was just a mistake on his part. He just wasn't anticipating that that rock to be there. It happened to me a couple times as well. Or he just gave up. Either of the two. And a triple kill. Let's make it a quad kill, although that's unrealistic considering my 8 hit points. Which just became 0 hit points, and we are losing big time. In 15 seconds their other whatever it's called, mine, factory, whatever, will produce 80 more points, and we will just lose. There's no way around it. GG, they played better than us. So I picked up quite a few kills right at the end, so yeah, that was nice, I guess. Alright then, this would be the end of the video. Overall, my ratings for this plane, 0 out of 10, play the Shinden line instead. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit the dislike button. If not, hit the dislike button. If you want to, you can unsubscribe and tell me in the comments what you think of this plane overall. So, thanks for paying attention. Bye.